Okay, this is the daily money-making setups for the S&P Emini using the 1500 tick bar chart and processtrading.com, the right edge trading system. In the chart we're looking at is for Friday, May 18th, and we're going to see why it wasn't such a great trading day. Now, one of the nice things about a good system is that it lets you know when to get in to a trade and when to not get in a trade, and basically it will show you how the markets are moving. Well, one of the things you need, especially as trading intraday, is you want to have volatility in the markets so you can catch one of the legs of those volatile moves. Now, volatility can come in several forms. It could come in trends with small pullbacks and then a strong trend that continues, or it could come in large swing moves, both up and down. When we look at Friday just visually, we see that it wasn't a trending day and there was no volatility to it. We could tell that a little bit because when the process trading VWAP here is a support and resistance line. When it's gray, you can trade to the downside, and when it's yellow, you can trade to the upside. But more, when price breaks through support or resistance, so it's trying to break through resistance here, couldn't, and so it comes back down, or it broke through here and it was forming support but then couldn't take off, then you kind of have the understanding, the feeling that it doesn't have the volatility that you're looking for to make the larger high probability trades. Now, it is true that you could have traded, according to the trend trade right here, you could have taken this dot and that would have been successful. And no other dots met the trade management criteria as outlined over on processtrading.com. And you could have taken this dot here and that would have been successful. This would have been like 3 points. This would have been a point and everything. But none of the other dots met the criteria. You couldn't take this dot to the downside because this was yellow. And also you could not take this dot. There's a timing alert dot right there. You could not really take that to the downside because the VWAP had turned yellow right there. Now, you can take contrarian trades or discretionary trades, and you can see that as well. Here is the contraband lines right here for contrarian trades. You got nowhere near being able to make a contrarian trade, so you potentially could have made discretionary trades, and that could have been established right here. You could have taken this down to the downside for a discretionary trade, and this to the upside based a lot on the sentiment oscillator with the momentum cutting down or cutting up through the sentiment line. But you can see the way that you're looking for is that once price breaks support and resistance, you'd like to see the continuation, like you'd like to see it come down here, make a small pullback, which would be identified down here in the discretionary indicators, and then keep continuing down for that trend. Or the same here, you'd like to see it go up, make a small pullback, maybe break resistance and continue up, and you can catch those moves as well. So you're just waiting to look to see the indications that those are happening. You didn't see that here. What you really saw is there was no conviction, and that price was just whipsawing around the VWAP line or the support and resistance line until it got over to here, somewhere around 11:15 or so, and then you can see it's just flat the rest of the day. So you're certainly not going to take trades to the long side because you have the sentiment line here just gradually easing its way down. And if it were a good trading day, when this starts happening, then you will see price decline in a more rapid fashion. Whereas up here, you can see even though the sentiment line is declining from the upper boundary to the lower boundary of the oscillator, price is just kind of hanging around the VWAP. Now, it is true that price did decline from this point down to slightly under the VWAP line, but not something that you really want to bother with in trading. I mean, some days are just not the greatest trading days, and it was best just to let this one play out neutrally, and then we're going to see what happens out of this. Now, you can call this a resting period for the market. They're waiting for different news about either bonds or interest rates or whatever. And you could also call it some type of a consolidation day. But one thing for sure is that price is not going to continue in this direction indefinitely. It is definitely going to break out above or below, and when that happens, certainly we'll be ready to catch those moves either with trend trades, contrarian trades, or discretionary trades. So that's how the system helps you get into good trades on volatile trading days and stay out of trades when it's not so much in your favor. And again, what we'd like to have is trend trades where the discretionary indicators are also lined up in our favor, and you just didn't have that here. Not that it wouldn't have been successful, it would have to take those trades, but it doesn't have the same high probability, and it doesn't have the same assurance and routineness that the trades that you would want to go ahead and fire off a trade or two. So, as they say in that expression, you just keep your powder dry to trade a different day, and we'll see how Monday goes. So that's it for the setups, and I'll catch you on the next daily money making setups for the Emini. And if you want, you can subscribe or go over to processtrading.com in the meantime and see how the whole system fits together. So I will catch you on the next video.